Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us and being on our webinar tonight. You know, it's summer. People are going a million different directions, and we are so happy that you're on with us tonight and being able to listen to ENVP Susan Evans. When you really look at what Susan has accomplished in her life, she's done amazing things. When Susan sets her mind to something, she's incredible. She was introduced to Arbonne in February of 1998 by top 10 earner Dana Collins. And when she was introduced by Dana, Dana was, believe it or not, a district manager at the time. And I remember Susan became, because remember they were in my region at the time, in my nation. So I know her story really well, because when she came in, she went district manager about from the 25th of December to the 1st of January. When she decided to do it, she did it within a few days. And she said, hey, I'll just get this thing done. And she had college-educated, smart, savvy woman who decided to stay home with her children and really homeschool her kids, and while she was building her Arbonne Nation. So she became a regional vice president. She earned the Mercedes within 12 months. And actually, she was the first person in my organization that had ever done that. She did that so fast. And then she promoted out to nation 2 years later. And so she was a number 4 in the Parade of Champions, 5-time earner of the Areas of Consistent Excellence and the Circle of Excellent winner, and she has earned the AIT trip each year since jumping into her business full-time 15 and a half years ago. So wow, she has a few things to tell you. She knows how to build this business. She knows how to do it fast. She knows how to get her team in momentum. So this was someone great to learn from tonight. For those that are live, and those that you will be listening on Memorex, on listening to this, you are in for a treat. So I'm going to turn the time over to ENVP Susan Evans. And more than anything, I have to just tell you that Susan has such a kind heart, and I just love Susan to pieces. Just always feel so comfortable around her. She's a wonderful, wonderful human being. So thank you, Susan, for being on with us tonight. I can't wait to hear what you're going to share with us tonight.
Wow, thank you so much for that introduction, Dina. And I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here with everyone tonight. I am going to go ahead and turn my video off because I think it's a little bit of a distraction for people. And I just want to say I'm thoroughly excited to be sharing this topic with you because it's just a near and dear one to my heart. I love it. I love talking about the headpiece of this business, the power of intention. And so from the beginning of starting my Arbonne business 15 and a half years ago, and to this day, I will always say 90% of this business is right between your ears. So what better topic than to share the law of attraction and the power of intention. And the really cool thing about this topic for me is that I actually embraced these concepts back when I was probably about 18, 19. I was living in Los Angeles at the time and in California, and I was introduced. It wasn't presented as the law of attraction or the power of intention, but I was introduced to these concepts and I started applying them to my life early. And I feel so blessed that these things came across my path. I was handed a sheet of paper and I was told, memorize these verses. They were verses from the Bible, and they were set up as affirmations. I can remember one that said, never again will I confess fear, for God hath not given me the spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. I had a whole sheet. I was reprogramming my thoughts, and I was setting my life on a new path from doing these things. The other thing that I was doing then was visualization exercises. I had a girlfriend. There was a woman who came on every Saturday morning. She had a TV show, and she was teaching us how to visualize. And we did the homework. We did it together. We were excited. We got our note cards out, and we did visualization exercises together. I did my own vision of what I wanted my future to look like. What did I want in my life? And I'm going to share one of the cards I made with you because it's so appropriate. And it's why you're going to see I am passionate about this topic. One of my cards, I wrote a vision of me into my future driving an expensive white car. I saw myself happy, full of joy, driving this white, beautiful car down the road with the sun beaming on me, smelling the leather, my hair blowing in the wind. And I would do my exercises, and there was many cards that came forth in my life, but I think that one's the most appropriate one to share. It is just amazing what we can actually have some say in our future. It's just not up to whatever. So let's take responsibility for where we are in our businesses today. I mean, through this training series, there's been so many amazing people that have shared nuts and bolts training, concepts, ways to think differently, way to present differently, how to get through roadblocks, what's holding you back. There's been amazing trainings. And so I'm going to tell you that a lot of what is going on is that you need to recognize everything you need is inside you. You need to unleash what's possible. And that's what I really want to walk us through tonight, that you have control in the unfolding of your future. And you're choosing. You know, maybe we're stuck thinking that we need a certain person in our business or somebody's not doing what we wanted them to. We just need to release all that and realize that everything's about the energy that we put out there, our thoughts. I love the visualization of the radio frequency, the radio tower. I don't know if you've heard it before. I'm going to share it with you real quick. You know, everything is energy around us. We are made of energy, the trees, people, we interact with energy. And so a radio tower giving off a frequency, that is what we do when we go out, when we get up, when we think, when we're in our own mind. We are creating images that we can either decide to embrace or not. But whatever we are embracing and whatever is going on is creating our future. So let's just jump right into the law of attraction, because whatever is going on in your mind right now is what you are attracting into your life right now. We are like magnets. Like attracts like. You become and attract what you think. So if every thought has a frequency and thoughts send out magnetic energy, and the world is made of energy, it's just going to make so much perfect sense. If this doesn't make sense to you, if you haven't learned these concepts, it might be very new, but this might just be a refresher for you tonight. And I will tell you, I know a lot of this stuff, but I need to be refreshed in it constantly. I need to work constantly to keep my mind where it needs to be. And I'm sure it's true for all of us. All these things, all these reminders are just so helpful so that we can create what we do want. If we think about what we don't want, we're going to attract more of the same. It's just the way that energy works. So think on what you do want and see what manifests. You attract your dominant thoughts. What you speak most of is what you will have. And to quote Napoleon Hill, he said that the individual with a negative mental attitude attracts trouble as a magnet attracts steel. It's a curious fact of nature that somehow our minds find a way to transform into physical reality the things we think most about. Your mind plays a huge role in this business. Do you see this business as the gift it truly is? Because as you see it will be the realities, it will be the reality that others feel from you. So if thoughts create action, it's our most dutiful responsibility to mind our minds. So I'm going to challenge you to start creating your future right now with your thoughts. If you're not where you want to be, start right now and make that different. If your thoughts are attached to powerful emotions, either good or bad, it's going to speed up the creation of what you want. So get centered and be aware. Choose your thoughts carefully as you are the master of them. I mean, let's do some affirmations. When we get nervous or we're not quite sure about what to say or how somebody's going to react, how about if we just get centered in some good positive affirmations? They might look like, I'm a business builder magnet. I'm a gifter of a business opportunity that can change lives. People want to work with me and my team. I have a large team. I see myself healthy. I see myself healthy and beautiful from using my products. These are just some examples of how we can do some affirmations. Get our mind thinking on good things. Let's not have the doubt creep in. Because like I said, this mental piece of the business, we are the captains of our ship. Another picture that I like, the visualization of being the captain of your ship. You know, your mind has no choice. It can't leave. It's on the ship with you. Your mind does what you tell it to do. That is how our subconscious mind works. It only knows what we tell it. So it can't run away and hide if we go down a negative, hard path. It has to sit there and listen. So what are you saying? What kind of a captain of your ship are you being to yourself? You know, your thoughts cause your feelings, and you attract your dominant thoughts. So with all this in mind, when you do have an inspired thought, you must trust it and act on it. Because remember, your thoughts equal creation. And your thoughts cause your feelings. Whatever you're feeling is a perfect reflection of what is in the process of becoming. You will get exactly what you are feeling. And you know what? Feelings come in two categories, and I love this. You're either feeling a good feeling or a bad feeling. If you do take your temperature about what am I feeling throughout the day, you really can. If you just identify, what am I feeling right now? You're going to find it's either a good feeling or a bad feeling. Happy feelings are going to attract more happy circumstances. What you focus on with your thoughts and feelings is what you will attract into your experience. So mind your mind. Mind your mind. We've heard it for years. If you've been around as long as me, Rita Davenport used to really help us with a lot of these thoughts and concepts. Get in touch with your feelings. Pause, take note, and if necessary, you just hit that reset button and you just go in a different path. So thoughts that bring about good feelings mean you're on the right track. Thoughts that bring about bad feelings mean you're not on the right track. So don't complicate it with the feelings behind our emotions. It's either good or bad feelings. All of the feelings are going to fall into one of those two categories. And you're going to get exactly what you're feeling. What you think and feel and what actually manifests is always a match. There's no exception. So shift your awareness. What you focus on with your thought and feeling is what you're going to attract into your experience. I'm going to say that again. What you focus on with your thought and feeling is what you will attract into your experience. So happy feelings will attract more happy circumstances. It all makes a lot of sense if you really break it down and take a step back and let it wash over you. Everything you have in your life, you have attracted. So take inventory of what you have attracted. And then shift your awareness. What you think and feel and what actually manifests is always going to be a match. That can either be exciting or kind of scary, right? What you think and feel is what actually manifests, and what actually manifests is always a match. So you can bring whatever feeling you want, even if it's not there. You can begin that feeling. The universe is going to correspond to the nature of your song. You can change your emotion immediately by thinking of something joyful, or just singing a song, or remembering a happy experience. But remember, it's just really important to feel good. So feel good. You create your own universe as you go along. Winston Churchill. When you get the hang of this, before you know it, you're going to change your circumstances, because life can be so phenomenal, and it will be when you consciously apply these principles. It's up to you, really. Things will rearrange in your world accordingly. So start by using this sentence for your wants. I am so happy and grateful now that I am on this Zoom video conference with you. That's how I'm going to finish out the sentence. But start the sentence with, I am so happy and grateful now, ... What is it that you're happy and grateful for right now? You can do it right now. Just be grateful about something and happy about it. Decide what you want. Believe you can have it. Believe you deserve it. And believe it's possible for you. When the opportunity or impulse is there, act. The universe likes speed. Don't delay. Don't second guess, and do not doubt. Act. What you require is going to be attracted to you. The people, the connections, the money. Pay attention to what's being set in front of you. Don't miss it. We can actually start with nothing, and out of nothing and no way, a way can be provided. And so how long? I think we can get stuck on this too. How long? The more aligned you are with positive feelings, the quicker things are going to happen. Because you know what? There are no rules on time. We are the ones that make the rules on time and size. We are the ones. There are no rules on time. Think about it. Our job is not to worry about the how. The how will show up out of the commitment and the belief in the what. I love that. It is not our job to worry about the how, because it's going to show up out of the commitment and belief in the what. Do you know the hows are the domain of the universe? And it always knows the quickest, fastest, most harmonious way between you and your dream. So if you turn it over to the God of the universe, you will be surprised and dazzled by what is delivered. Because this really is where the magic and the miracles happen. It really is. And so let's have gratitude. What can we do right now to turn our lives around. What is it that we could do? We can have gratitude. Gratitude's going to bring more into your life immediately, just right away, as soon as you start having the gratitude. So let's just start right now. Make a list, have a gratitude journal, and write in it every day. And the focus that you have on being grateful for what you already have is going to be amazing. Just think on that. Start there. Enjoy it, because you have a lot to be grateful for. I promise you do. Even if you think there's, no matter what the circumstances, we can always find something to be grateful for. But you need to feel it deep in your core. So reach in and feel it really strongly. And then just power it out into the radio frequency that you send out to the universe. The energy fields around you, release it out. Manifestation happens when we act. When we act in the power of releasing our desires and our wants into the energy fields around us, so that what you want can actually find its way to you. That frequency, we're sending it out, whether we realize it or not. And I don't know if all of our frequencies are what we want to be sending out. That's why we have to really get in touch and in tune with what we're feeling, what our energy is, what we're thinking. So close your eyes and visualize having what you already want. Practice the feeling of having it now, that you already have it. The affirmations we talked about, that's all part of reprogramming our mind, our subconscious. Since we are the captain of our ship, that means whatever we command the mind, it's going to become. So I won't affirm. I know we can get a little out there sometimes, but I'm telling you, when those negative things are being said around me, I'm just like, I can't affirm that. I don't agree with that. I just have to push those negative things away, because it's too easy to fall into, isn't it? Don't we find ourselves falling into the negative thought process? I need to stop sometimes. And what am I thinking? I'm stuck in a loop that isn't working right. And it's taking me down a dark path. I need to readjust, think on every day in every way, I'm better and better and better. That is always my fallback affirmation, that I am better and better every day. So I can push those negative thoughts or those things that are trying to suck me into a bad place away. So let's focus on what we have right now and what we are grateful for right now. W. Clement Stone says, whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. Let's play the pictures in our mind and focus on the end result. The subconscious receives in pictures, and it doesn't understand words. It understands images. That's why it's so powerful to visualize and rehearse our future. What does it look like? Are you driving the white Mercedes in your future? Can you smell the leather? Can you feel the sun on your skin? Can you feel the wind blowing through your hair? What does it feel like? Get in touch with that feeling. See it, feel it, because this is where action begins. The more detail we put into this, the more it's going to find its way into your life. So feel the joy, feel the happiness. Did you know that an affirmative thought is 100 times more powerful than a negative one? 100 times. That's incredible. We have power. We really do. We can just bring forth something so different in our lives by an affirmative thought. okay, so if the hows are the domain of the universe, we need to keep this in mind because the hows are the domain of the universe. And it's always going to know the quickest, fastest, and most harmonious way between you and your dream. And it's not our job to worry about the hows. It's just not. So take a few minutes and work on all of this tonight. Tomorrow, just take a few minutes. It's a start. It doesn't have to be, oh, when I find an hour, I'm going to sit down. No, just a couple minutes here, just a couple minutes there. It's a start. Alexander Graham Bell is quoted as saying, "What is power? I cannot say. All I know is that it exists." So create your vision board with pictures of what you want to attract. Every day, look at it and get into the feeling state of already having those wants. Just the feelings, the emotions that go with it. And if you already have a vision board, which I know many of us on this call do, update your vision board with pictures that you want to attract. Look at it every day and get into the feeling of already having those wants. And I just want to ask, okay, it's the white elephant in the room if you ask me, why not you? Why not you? Why can't these things on your board be your future? Why can't they be for you? You know, the only difference in people who are really living like your vision board is that they have made it a habit of being a certain way that they think. They habitualize that, and a certain way to create the future that they want. It's just become a habit. You know, imagination is everything. It's the preview of life's coming attractions, according to Albert Einstein. So set a goal so big that if you achieved it, it would truly blow your mind. And when you have an inspired thought, just trust it and act on it. Just do it. You get that, you know what I'm talking about. When all of a sudden you get this, somebody pops into your mind and you're not sure why, but you haven't talked to them a while. Just see that as your inspired thought and act on it. You know what I'm talking about. You get inspired thoughts, trust it and act on it. How can we become more prosperous? Let's just intend it. Let's have the intention to be so. And what about this power of intention? You know, thoughts are what create intention. Remember that an affirmative thought is 100 times more powerful than a negative one. What we think about and think about, we will bring about. So let's not just think about it, but let's think about it and bring it about. What are the things that you are grateful for? Feel the gratitude. Focus on what you have right now that you are grateful for. Remove stress from your body, and your body is going to rejuvenate and regenerate itself. Your body is always working to heal itself and renew itself, and it needs tools to do it. So let's think about when we get cut. You know, our body goes right to work to heal, right? So if I get a cut on my finger, my body works really hard to just get it healed right away. You know, the body works the same way with intention. Our life, our soul, our being, it wants life and love, but it can only work with what we give it. Okay? It wants it, but it needs us to give it. This is true for our mental state. So give your soul and your mind healing words, healing thoughts, and watch how your body can serve you. because you are the only one that creates your reality, and nobody else can. They can't think or feel it for you. Only you can do these things. Only you. You must decide. It's only you that can release these principles into the reality around you. So get into a thankful state of mind. Remove stress from the body, and it regenerates. The body's on a journey to heal and regenerate itself at all times. So give it the tools and resources that it's seeking. Thank God for your healing. Laugh and be stress-free. Happiness will keep you healthy. Your immune system can heal itself. Parts of our bodies are replaced every single day, every week. You know, within a few years, you can have a brand new body. See yourself living in a new body, hope and recovery. Stress degrades our bodies. Remove stress from your body, and the body will regenerate itself, and you can heal yourself. And let's respect ourselves. Let's have a healthy respect for ourselves. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated by others. Love yourself, and you will be loved. If the frequency you have that you're giving off, the energy, you know, that we've been talking about, doesn't match up with someone else's, the law of attraction is not going to put you in the same space. That energy that we feel from people, you know how sometimes we walk into a room and we meet somebody and we think, oh, that was kind of hard energy to be around. Or we walk into a room, we meet somebody and we just think, that was fantastic energy. I want to be around that person again. The energy that you're feeling, pay attention to it. What kind of energy are you sending out? What kind of energy do people pick up from you? Be intentional. When you realize your potential to feel good, you will ask no one to be different in order for you to feel good. When you ask no one to be different, in order for you to feel good, that's when we take responsibility for our own happiness. When we actualize the potential for our own ability to feel good. So we can free ourselves from the need to control the world, the need to control our friends, our mate, our children. No one else can think or feel for you. It's only you. You know, it all just comes down to the big, me. It's me. That's who is responsible here. Because we are the ones who create our reality. That's just the way it is. You know, it's our decision to ask for something different. So, decide, ask, and receive. Learn to become still. Take your attention away from what you don't want and place your attention on what you wish to experience. When the voice and the vision on the inside become more profound and clear than the opinions on the outside, then you have mastered your life. We are not here to get the world to be just as we want it. We are here to create the future around us that we choose. We need to let the world be as others choose to see it, and let that exist as well as what we want. Don't get caught up in the lie that everyone knows the power of, if everyone was to know the power of the law of attention, there wouldn't be enough to go around. Because believe me, that's just lack thinking. We could fall into being greedy. The truth is that there's more than enough love, creative ideas, power, joy, and happiness to go around for everyone. Everybody has skin, right? There's enough for everyone. See it, believe it, it's going to show up for you. Push aside lack thinking and embrace powerful thinking. You know why? Because you are powerful.
Let your reality thrill you as you choose all the things you want and get behind all the good feelings of all your wants. Write your script. Remove your attention from don't wants and instead place them on do wants. See the unfolding possibilities before you. Visualize, imagine. See the energy we create from our decisions, our thoughts, our actions. Good, powerful energy set forth from your core. Pay attention to what is being set in front of you and act. Are your thoughts worthy of you? If not, now is the time to change them. You can bring change. You can begin right now, right here, right where you are right now. Nothing matters but this moment and what you decide to focus your attention on. So I am going to challenge you to choose joy. Let's just choose joy. I've seen people going through a lot of tough things in my life. I've gone through a lot of tough things. We can choose to be joyful. I've seen people choose to have joy in the hardest of circumstances. You know, I like being responsible for the way I choose to see myself and the future I choose for myself. Being responsible for creating every picture of myself that I hold in my mind, for living a good life. I want to challenge you to decide to wash your brain in positivity and choosing joy. You know, we are the captains of our own ship. We are the captains of our brains. We are responsible for our own thoughts. So let's swim in the sea of gratitude and joy and happiness. Choose this. Because if we are swimming in negativity, it doesn't make any sense that blessings are going to flow down to us. The fruits we choose create our future. So choose love, joy, peace, happiness, goodness, faithfulness. Create your list and live it today. Because remember, good feelings, bad feelings. Take your temperature throughout the day. Are your feelings good or bad when you check in? You create everything in your Arbonne life. Things don't just happen to you. Your fate is not ruled by some plan that you don't control. Your volume, your relationships with your customers and business partners, the way people react to you is all created by you. You have attracted it all the good, all the bad. When you allow yourself to accept this simple truth and accept that you are the creator of everything that happens in your life, a gentle wave of relief will wash over you. You actually have some say and control in what happens in your business life and in your personal life. And that's a great thing. You are surrounded by the evidence of your thoughts. Some of these things we like and some of these things we don't. But the good news is that with this understanding, you can create more things that you do like. You can, and I know you will, because you're on this call, you're listening to this. You are ready to take action. So ask yourself, do I take full responsibility for everything that I have attracted and created in my life, in my Arbonne world? So in closing, I'm going to leave you with 3 simple things to work on. Work on your vision. Work on your self-talk. And be grateful. You know, the first week of this 16-week series, Laura Harry kicked it off. And one of the things she said in her training was, she challenged us to write in a gratitude journal for 120 days. And I want to know, have you been doing it? Because if not, you need to start right now. Right now, when you get off of this call, just start doing it. Let's see what tomorrow brings when we apply these simple truths to our reality and we create the future that is so deserving of each of us. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I think that I am just going to end things right now unless Phoebe and Dina come back on. It's been wonderful to spend some time with you, and I send good energy out to each of you and much abundance and blessing to flow from you. Have a great night, everyone.